Welcome to April 2020 Energy Trends. I'm Danielle Rama Hoffman of DivineTransmissions.com. This is Thoth with Sanat Kumara, Infinite Oneness, the Rose Panel, Beings of Light, and an Ascended Mastery, Council of Light, moving more into the forefront of this divine transmission. We are delighted to be continuing our energy trends conversation in the fourth month, April of 2020, a 4-year. And the essence of the 4 is the space of love. In this transmission, we are going to dive into a deep topic or a expanded message, and that is that of ascended mastery. That this time on the Earth Star is calling forth your ascended mastery. Now, what do we mean about ascended mastery? You may have the awareness of ascended masters, such as us in this council, light beings that are coming forward, that we are ascended masters. And that ascended masters have ascended mastery in many, what you could call, subjects or topics or divine qualities. So for an example, Isis, as a love and light being, as an ascended master of love, has ascended mastery in magic, in midwifery, in healing, in crystals, in the blood mysteries, in agriculture, in many areas. Or that I, Thoth, have ascended mastery in communication, Akashic records, scribing, sacred architecture. There are many ascended masteries that an ascended master has. Now, this is quite different than what you may have experienced in the old paradigm in your previous incarnation, where academically you may have a master's degree or you may have a major in a certain subject, like Danielle has a dual degree in psychology and women's studies from her academic training. Yet she also has gone on and ascended masteries as well, skill sets that are developed that may also be non-academic. And many of you have your PhD, your masteries as well in the area of meditation or healing or so on and so forth, essential oils. So in the educational system on the Earth Star and the old paradigm, there is this awareness or this idea or this concept that you study one thing in a very in-depth way. And you study it through books and you study it through tests, and there's all these different kinds of ways to have that mastery. And then, of course, there's application as well. And we're sharing all of this because an aspect of what's being called for right now, from our perspective, is that you tap into those ascended masteries that you have, that are just natural to you, that you may not have studied, that you may not even see anybody else talking about or doing, that there is this call to really, in that kind of divine mind or osmosis way, to be tapping into the ascended masteries that you carry. And in particular, one ascended mastery that we would invite you to tap into is being the space of love. We speak about in the Tablets of Light your universal divine design and your unique divine design. An aspect of your universal divine design is this space of love. It is this ascended mastery of divine love. And if we just lay the foundation a little bit more about being and having ascended mastery, there is also this aspect of the ascended that you are a master, where you are ascended, descended in an integrated way beyond the limitations or the perceived limitations of the reactivity of the slower vibrations of the body, the mind, and the emotions. So part of mastery is when you go into separation consciousness, when you go into survival consciousness, when you go into lack or doubt or fear, that you recognize it faster and faster and faster, and you bring yourself back into that unity, into that love, into that wholeness, not in a way that you're ignoring taking care of what requires being taken care of in the 3D realms, yet in a way that you aren't pulled out of your alignment with source. You're not pulled out of your vibration or your ascended mastery with love. So another common expression when it comes to mastery and being a master, and we know that that word can also bring up the old paradigm energies or the charge of there's a master and there's a slave, and that's not what we are speaking about, though we would include that energy back in the wholeness, back in the oneness, because you may be pushing away your ascended mastery because you don't want to be enslaved or all that is. We invite you to bring that back in the wholeness, back in the oneness, back into the source from which it came. And so having mastery is also what many are speaking about: sovereignty, what we speak about as divine to divine, equality, equanimity, that you are the eye in the storm, and that you, when you move into or out of alignment, you have the mastery to bring yourself back more and more quickly. So we wanted to introduce this topic. We know that it really is one that we often go deeply into our in-depth programs with individuals, the Divine Light Activation, Quantum Light Activation, the Ascended Mastery Academy. And we wanted to bring this forward in an energy trends because this is what is really being called for in this time, and is the energy of 2020, to be in the space of your ascended mastery. Now, if we look at that in your 3D experience, you may have had something that you had been dedicating all of your energy and your focus to, that now has pivoted or gone away. So for those of you that are tuning in, and let's say you've had a job that now, with the current situation, that job isn't something that you can be engaging in. You may be at home and your job is required for you to be in person, or it has to do with leading retreats, or that it has to do with having an in-person business. And so this is an example. So for some of you, and we are also just sharing that we're transmitting this on multidimensional levels. So to take from it what's yours to take from it, and this is broadcasted to many individuals. And so we're speaking to you individually while at the same time speaking to everyone. So there may be aspects of what we speak about that don't relate to your current 3D situation, yet you may also energetically or vibrationally or symbolically recognize, because you're here, that it does relate to what you're up to in some way. So for some of you, you may have come to a place where what you were focused on has fallen away, and you're in the question of what is next. This can also be a recognition of having fully integrated the ascended mastery. So there are always these cycles where you start something, you're in the middle of it, and it ends. This is the full moon, the new moon. This is the cycle over and over and over. You have the morning, the sun at its zenith, the sunset, the nighttime. There are all these cycles. So there's also cycles to your ascended mastery. There's also cycles to what you have mastered that then come to a place of completion or integration where you've become it, and you have this experience in your life. You can look back on it where there may be something that you've been very, very, very engaged with, and then it comes a point where your focus shifts from it, and then you're engaged in something else. So Danielle's experienced this in her 25 years in the healing arts, where there was time where it was counseling, very much engaged in that. Then massage and having a massage school and offering massage. Then it was Reiki and energy healing and alchemical healing and teaching and offering Reiki and alchemical healing and other things. Then birthing her body of work, and now what she's up to in different ways. And that there's the integration of what those times of apprenticing has led to, a place of saturation, a place of integration, a place of becoming it, a place where the lemon is so squeezed that there's nothing more to garner from it. And that, from our perspective, is also part of what you may be experiencing, is how can I squeeze any last drop of survival consciousness energies, as the fear and the doubt and the worry and the survival consciousness is very active for some on the planet at this time. And that may have a resonance in your system and be bringing it up for your system. How can you squeeze any drop from it? How can you acknowledge that you have accessed all that there is from it, and then bring your direction into that which is current for you now? And that may very much be about that, what we're speaking about, the ascended mastery of being the space of love. So we've spoken a lot, and we would love to provide a light language and a love language and a sound transmission to support you, if you choose, to coming into greater ascended mastery with divine love, which includes compassion for yourself, compassion for others, and the capacity to include into wholeness, into oneness, any of those solar vibrations, and even more than that, to be fully anchored in love with what it is that you're here to be and to do and to have, and to be creating it from that energy of love. So if you are called, we invite you to close your eyes and to tap into your physical heart. Feel your heart beating, perhaps breathing in and out in equal amounts, counting to 5, and connecting to your heart flame, maybe imagining it as a flame in your heart center, and that each breath ignites this heart flame more and more and more and more. And that during this sound transmission, we invite you to visualize this heart flame being connected to the heart above and the heart below, the heart of the divine above, the heart of the divine below, and your heart, opening the front, the back, the sides of the heart. And you may notice this flame, that it grows to be this vertical cylinder that expands wider than your body, so that you're in this column of love. And we would begin the light language, the love language. While you're visualizing this flame, and your ascended mastery of being the space of love, your universal divine design of love, and divine love being turned on even more. Himananushti Ishtan Tankoya Hati Kotia Tonti Handon Tistaya Oshdom Kantiwa Hanti Kantista Tokoi Andoi Antayan Tonkoya Tinkanti Hayan Totiwa Stontoi Hayang Gontiwa Stiwankan Tiwanti Hayan Tostiwan Kontoi Ishtan Dontiwan Kontoyan Tiwanka Hayang Gontiwan Kashti Hashi Stontoyan Kantiwan Kontiwa Hayon Tiwan Kantosti Ishtan toyinkan toyinkan toyanta hiyantantiwa tosti hiyantontiwan koshtistan tontiwan hankan tontiwan koshti Hayando himankahanti astayam pokoyam mankiyan totoi Hayashistiwan kantoyam mankanti ankoyam mankanti yohoi Hayanti ankanti wankanti stiwan kantoyam mankankotiwa Ishahanti wahomina hana mustoi Yantataya tataya 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 tatai Hayatitiwan kantaya tataya 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 tatai Hayashitiwa koshiwa kotoya mahani nanahana mahai Ishtahanti wankohe makatoya makana nimi ankopoy Ishtataya naniya nanani nina nanana namaya mankaya mokoya mankandi tiwai Ayantonoya mankaya nina nanai Ayantonoya mankanda nina nanai Ayantanina nananina nananoi makoi Ashtoti doti Ashtoti doti Ashtoti doti Ashtoti doti Ashtoti doti Hayangatina nanaya shataya tataya pagoya tatai Hayakoshiwa tataya pagoya tataya totoya nanai Hayakoshita tataya pagoya yapari nina nanai Tatoi 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 Hayandono nina nanana nimiya nanana nanai Hayangatina nahana nina nanana nanai Hayatotoya magana nina nanai Ishanatana nina nanai Nimantostiyantaya tiempo conti. Turning your awareness to this flame, this heart flame, having expanded through this transmission, that you are within the flame of divine love, that you are within this column, this spherical column, the cylinder of divine love. And to continue to grow your ascended mastery of the heart, your ascended mastery of love, your ascended mastery of self-love. Taking the time that you would like to integrate these energies, returning to this transmission as you are called. What would it take to be within your mastery with and as and through divine love? All is light and love, and we are